G'day again and welcome back. Part 2 of the little screw jack build. I want to put a square on the top of the jack section that comes out of here. I want to put a 1/2 inch square on it. I'll use the shaper for that. So I've done my sums to find out what size material I need to get a 1/2 inch square. So it works out it's going to be for 13mm square across the diagonal 13.38mm just by doing the sums. I'm not very mathematically inclined, so yeah, it should be right, I think. So I've got a piece of stock which is 20mm, so I'm just going to hack it down. Like I say before, that in the last video, that the sizes are not critical, and I'm just going to buzz that down to 19mm, so it's an easy size to work with. And yeah, I'll just take it down to I could even take it down to 18.38, and I'll put it in the shape, and then I'm just going to shape it so I get a 1/2 inch flat. Then turn it, put the 1/2 inch flat, and just keep going around. And hopefully it should be centre with a bit of luck. So I've never done any this sort of, never done it like this before. Like I've never put a square on a round piece. So it's always the first time for everything. So if you see me doing something wrong, and an easy way of doing it, please leave a comment. Be more happy to read it and find out what's going on. Okay, thank you. I'll get it put up in the lathe and start hacking it off. Okie doke. Shafts in the lathe. I'm going to turn a small register, roughly 5mm long. That'll have an M4 thread in it that the top piece will be able to spin on. The piece that comes in contact with the work you're trying to jack up. So that'll be 5mm register. Then I'll do the square, and then I think I will cut it to length then and put it in the forge jaw and turn it all, do the rest of the turning down to size for the thread to fit into the base. So yeah, 5mm long recess with an M4 thread in it. In the square, put it in the forge jaw, turn it to length. I turn it to diameter for the thread to fit in the base. So that's where I think I'll go with now. So I love change your plans halfway along. You think of something and you add it in, so it's a way to do it. Okay, I've changed the tool out to a piece of high-speed steel. And I'm just going to turn down piece where the square is going to be. This must be it's really soft, this material. The carbide just wouldn't cut it properly. Carbide insert, so a bit of stuffing around. I've finally got it to cut nice. Yeah, so I'm just going to machine down to 18.38mm to make the square on the shaper. I've put the register here for the top piece I'll make next. That'll have M4 thread in it. Yeah, so it doesn't matter how far I turn back this way, because it's going to be turned down again anyway to put the thread on it to go into the base. So I'll just turn it down and then I'll take it out and put it in the shaper once I get it down to the diameter, and hopefully I'll get the square cut nice. So put the automatic feed back on. Away we go. speed her up a touch. That's much better. And the young fella just smashed the glass. Looks like I go inside and pick up another problem. I'll be back soon. Okay, I've turned it down to, by pure luck, and luck only, to exactly 1838, or 18.38, which I'm really surprised I hit it on the mark. So now I think I'll just clean up the end of it, put a little chamfer on it, and get set up in the shaper. Just clean this end up a little bit. Okay, I decided to drill a 3.5mm hole to put the 4mm thread in. Decided to do that before I take it out, and I might as well tap it while it's in here as well, and that end's finished then. Okay, tapping a 4 by, or M4 by 0.7 thread in this bit. So a bit of love juice on it. It. All I use there, oops, sorry, this handle I made up goes into the end of the toe, into the headstock, pulls up on a little tapered piece, got a taper on it. Pulls up, clamps up into the headstock, and just yeah, spin away. Makes life so much easier. It's only a little, yeah, basic simple tool, but makes life so much easier when you're doing the job. It just hangs on the end of the lathe. Just got to remember to take it out all the time. Okay, material set up in the shaper. The way I've decided to do this piece is I'll just cut it down slowly until I have a 500 thou flat on the top, and I'll just measure with the digital calipers, which is, you know, it's going to be plenty close enough for what I'm doing. So it doesn't have to be all that wide. I'm thinking you know, it only has to be, you know, 250 thou wide, because it's not going to take a lot of pressure to wind it up. So it doesn't need to be a very big hole or anything. You've got to put a dowel in to turn it. So, you know, if I made it 300, it'd be just too big. So I reckon I'll just settle with 250 thou. It doesn't matter if I cut past it, because it's going to be turned down anyway. So I'm going to make it 250 thou wide. So it'll be, I'll cut it a bit longer than that, and I'll just turn it, what I don't need, off when I put it back up in the forge jaw. I'm not very good at explaining things, so you have to bear with me, and I think it's going to be right. Let's hope. Hasn't ended up in the bin yet. Jungle juice. That's what I like about playing around in the, you know, as a hobbyist. You can have all the ideas and plans in the world. Well, this is the way I look at it anyway. You can have all the plans and ideas in your head and jot them down on a bit of paper. When you go to do it, the actual project, you go, bugger it, I'll do it this way, or I'll add this, you know. That's the part I enjoy. You know, like I don't normally work to a plan, I just make it as I go. A lot of times it works, a lot of times it doesn't work, and that's the fun of it. That's the part I enjoy of it anyway. There's no boundaries. So, you know, some people enjoy working to plan, some people don't. And a lot of times I'll measure something, and it's like I'm doing now. It's probably the most not the most accurate way, but hey, it works. Do it by eye, and that's that. 494. So I'll take another whisker off it and I don't have a lot of modern tools for measuring or anything like that. I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty primitive sort of a setup here, but I make do with what I've got. You know, there's always a way around everything. Might not be the most prettiest, but there is a way around it. As my dad used to always says, making strawberry jam out of coffee shit. Pretty true. Okay, I'll just show you the way I set this up. So all I used was a tri-square, and sat on the flat, done the vise up and just eyed it through. So it's probably, yeah, it's close, extremely close. Okay, I'll just show you the way I set this up. So all I used was a tri-square, and sat on the flat, done the vise up and just eyed it through. So it's probably, yeah, it's close, extremely close. Okay, that's that stuff. There we go. Yeah, close, we got it. Yeah. Fraction over. Okay, I'll spin it and do the other two sides. Okay, it's out of the shaper. That's how it turned out. Nice little square on the top. Come up pretty good. So now I'm going to change over to the 4-jaw, and I'll chuck it in the 4-jaw, and then I'll actually put a centre in at this end first so I can hold it, and I'll cut the diameter down for the right size diameter for the thread, fit the base. Okay, I had a bit of change of heart. I thought I'd cut it to roughly the length, just to make it a bit quicker, so a bit easier to turn down too. So I'm just going to chuck it back in the lathe and put a centre hole in it, so when I hold it out here, I can hold it a bit more steady, which will be the plan. Okay. I'll flick it in the floor jaw now. Job will be right. Rightio, I've got it all chucked up in the floor jaw, running within a thou. Probably around about half a thou on this diameter here. So I'm not going to bore you with turning all this down because it's going to take quite a while. I'll bring you back when I'm getting close to finished dimension, okay? I'll see you shortly. I know, I was shooting for 373 thou. I overshot it by 2 thou and got 371. Never mind, it's close, not bad for an old lathe. So this is a die holder I made quite a while ago. Stems in the tailstock now. I made it initially just to take the inch dies, and I modified it, bored it out the 1.5 inches to take the larger diameter dies and just made a boss up that sits in there, and the grub screw here holds it all in, holds the die in as well, so it goes straight through the whole lot of it. These are just nipped down on the other side of the boss there. Holds everything in place. So this is the first time first time I've used this since I modified it. So, and I did put a handle on it. The handle will clear the carriage when you let it go, so there's no chance of it actually binding anything or breaking anything. So I've got the lathe in back here at the moment, and we'll see how it performs. Here we go. So far so good. Don't look too bad. Alright, a little lube on there and we'll keep it going. Certainly makes life easier doing it this way. In the four jaw, there's no chance of it spinning in the four jaw. Still takes a fair bit of holding on to by the jingos too, I tell you. So this lathe doesn't have reverse, so she's always slow taking it off. You will notice that was wobbling around a bit. I didn't realise, but the bloody thing did go off centre when I bored it, when I drilled it. It's not going to affect the way it works, it's just annoying that it didn't go dead square. Very annoying, to be honest with you. I didn't pick it up. I did pick it up when I was doing the editing of the video. I didn't pick it up while it was happening. That's fantastic. Awesome. Okay, there's where I'm up to so far. Now I do realise there is a couple little marks on there where it's sort of marked it in the forejaw, but I am going to drill a hole in that, a small hole, to put a rod in so we can turn it. Come up pretty good really. Thread goes all the way to the bottom. There is a centre mark in that hole, in that rod, but that doesn't matter, it's not going to affect anything. So by the time I drill them little holes in there, that's going to take away that mark out of it, where I've put a mark in and then yeah, it's coming along just nice. So I've got a screw here that'll go in the top. That'll hold the top swivel bit on. The swivel bit's not going to be able to tip over, it's just going to be able to spin freely. So that's what I'll make next.